Yo, what is up guys? It is your boy Gexted back with another video, and I'm in a good mood. I feel like celebrating. Barcelona beat Atletico Madrid, and Real Madrid is under us on the table, and the pressure is on them as they go against Athletic Bilbao. So today, I kind of just want to talk about 5 things that we learned from that Atletico Madrid game. Now, I don't only want to talk about Atletico Madrid. I don't want a tunnel vision. I want to look at similar games to the Athletic game, and I want to talk about what similarities they have and what made us successful compared to a game like Chelsea, for example, where we went down to 10 men. So I did watch the Atletico game, and I was looking at our El Clasicos from last season, for example, and there was one thing that I noticed outside of who our defensive profiles were that season that made us much more defensively sound and made it seem like we had much more control over the game, and it was the wingers. The key to Barca's success is wingers who press relentlessly. And I'm not talking about Rafinha, because he's one of those players who feels like they cannot breathe if the team does not have possession. And that is the mentality all of them need to have on the pitch. But I am talking about Rashford and Lamine Yamal. When both of them were on the pitch this game, they pressed relentlessly. It's not something that we see very commonly from Marcus Rashford, but it genuinely looked like it made his body physically hurt if he didn't try to fight for the ball. He looked mental. We also saw Lamine literally break out into full sprints, and this is crucial for 2 reasons. One being, the higher up our opponents face resistance, the higher up they are likely to lose possession and give us a chance to score. Also, we give them less time to pick out a ball. The one time we actually did concede in the Atletico game was when we weren't putting immediate pressure on the ball carrier. It wasn't some wonderful team goal, it was just a ball over and then a foot race, and we know all of our center backs aren't necessarily Mbappe. And this ties perfectly into my second point, which is Barcelona must avoid giving central opponents time on the ball. Because we play with one advanced cam, if he gets beaten, that means that there's no one directly behind him, because our CDMs like to switch with our center backs at any given time, and that is when there's an opportunity to put a ball in behind. So we need to make sure there is constant pressure in central areas so that can't happen. It is literally a death wish for us, which is why during this game particularly, we saw the wingers push in so much when the ball was switched to the other side. And speaking of ball circulation, that brings me to the third thing that we learned from that game, which is that a left-footed left center back is crucial in making our attack unpredictable and unique. Having a naturally left-footed center back like Gerard Martin completely opens up different angles on the pitch, and it forces our opponents to spread their defense thin, because he can play a beautiful ball to our left winger or Balde on an overlapping run, and because he's receiving the ball with his left foot that's by the touchline, he actually has more time than a right-footed player would to make these passes. And because of the possibility of playing that overhead ball to the left side of the pitch, it actually opens up space in the midfield where he can get the ball to Pedri. And isn't that funny, because the fourth thing we learned from that game is that Pedri will create driving forward if given time in the midfield. And this was especially obvious when he received the ball on the half line, drove through Atletico's entire midfield, and then played a perfect ball into Rafinha, who then scored. And I don't know if you noticed this, but Pedri was 100% alone when he played that ball. Danny Olmo, our cam, had pushed up, and Balde on the left wing had pushed up as well. So it was literally 5 Barca players attacking 5 defenders. So not only does having Gerard Martin get the ball to Pedri, but having very mobile attackers that are willing to go forward and drag defenders completely helps our case, because Pedri will, again, like I said, find someone, especially if he has 5 targets to choose from. And I'm not just gonna sit here and drag on and glaze Pedri. We all know he's the GOAT. So I'm gonna move on to the 5th thing that we learned from the Atleti game, which is that Lamine Yamal plays a lot better when his back is not to the defender and his back is actually towards the touchline. And this is kind of similar to the Gerard Martin situation, where it's just a game of angles. For example, if Lamine dropped to get the ball from Koundé, he would already have to turn at an acute angle, and it gives the defender a lot of power there. But if he's back to the touchline, he has a 180 degrees, meaning he can virtually go in any direction he wants, making him way more unpredictable, and it gives him a lot better chance to go down the line and create something. This is actually something that he lacked in the Chelsea game, and that's why it seemed like Cucurella was having such a great game. But anytime Lamine got a chance to turn around and actually face him, he pretty much shit on him, but let's just forget it. The important part is that he learns from mistakes like these, and in future games he opens his body up and puts his back towards the touchline so he can go in any direction and easily create more for the team. And this is not only on him, the team was putting him in a position to have to drop in that way. But alas, that's really all I have to say on the subject, and those are the 5 things that I think we learned from the game, and hopefully the team can take these things and move forward, and we can just progress as the season goes on. And I just hope we can really turn the season around. Anyway guys, if you did like the video, leave a like and comment any opinions if you disagree with me, and don't forget to follow my Twitch, which is twitch.tv/GeksDead, and my other channel, which is Geksdead, GEKSDEAD. That's where I post commentary videos not about football, and this is the channel for football. So if you want to see other stuff, go over there. But anyway, you guys have a great day, night, whatever you're having. Have a good one. I'm out, boys.
Pull out new IA. My mama say that I'm next up. Them hoes throwing fists. I thought them hoes was a dress up. Knew I was a shit, I had sense before I was dressed up. Treat the game like a whip, fuck the industry like Tesla. She out the shrooms and I'm back to the lobby. She out the shrooms and I'm back to the lobby. I stayed at home with my friends at the party. She think I'm playboy, little bitch, don't wear Cardi. Bro, mix a lean with a brand new